This video will go over exactly how to set up Nano Banana Pro inside your N8n workflow. For this tutorial, we have a whole system built, but we're only going to focus on this portion right here, which is the image generation model. So how it works differently from the previous Nano Banana model is that you will submit your prompt, and the HTTP request node will begin the work. It's going to submit a work order, and then you will get your image after it has completed generating, and then you will download that image and then save it somewhere. So this whole process will take 2 HTTP request nodes, and this is how you can set this up. So what you will do is add a HTTP request node, and the fastest way to set this up is to use a curl command. So for this, we're using kie.ai. If you have never used kie.ai, it's pretty much a consolidated marketplace for you to access all kinds of AI models. So for this example, Nano Banana Pro is right here. After you have created your account, you will come to API key, you will create a key, and you will copy that key and put that into the authentication. But before that, you want to import curl command. To do this, go back to kie.ai. You will go to Nano Banana Pro, click on API, and you will scroll all the way down until you see request example. You will copy this whole thing, go back to your HTTP request node, and paste that command right in here and hit import. For this example, we have already done that. All you want to do now is to copy that API key you have generated and paste that right in here. Scroll all the way down. You're going to toggle send body, and you will use JSON body type. So inside the main prompt area, there are a couple new features that the previous Nano Banana model didn't have. The first thing is the aspect ratio. For Nano Banana Pro, you can set the aspect ratio simply by typing in the ratio that you want without having to force the aspect ratio doing extra steps. Number 2, you can set the resolution. You can go from 1K, 2K, all the way up to 4K. 4K is a bit more expensive. And lastly, you can change the output format. For this example, we're using PNG. Any text prompt you will add to this will be inside the quotation marks. For this example, I have a complex prompt. Basically, I am specifying what I want it to do, and the composition guideline and the visual guideline. But I will go over that in another video. For this example, you can simply just type in a sentence to tell the model what to do. So after you have set up the HTTP request node, we're going to generate the image. First, we're going to pull the prompt from our Google Sheet. Inside our Google Sheet, basically, we're saying a person hiking in Colorado, and the context of the footage should be about the lifestyle, and the composition should be high-angle drone shot. And the visual guideline is that we want to match that DSLR look with a Canon 5D camera. So let's go back to our N8n. We're going to run the workflow. So after we have submitted our order, what it does is you submit an order, and it takes time for the Nano Banana Pro to generate the image. So we're going to check to see if it's ready. If it's not ready, and it's going to go back and it's going to check again. It's kind of like you have submitted a food order, and you're going to go back to the counter and ask, hey, if it's ready. If it's not ready, the server will tell you to wait, and then you come back, you go back again. And this is exactly how that works. So if we go back to our kie.ai, if we look at the API documentation for Nano Banana Pro, you have the create task endpoints, and you have the query task. So the query task is basically you going back to the image generator and ask, hey, is the image ready? If it's ready, then you can download the image. So now the image has been generated. Now we need to download that image. So we're going to create a set node. We're going to create an image field. And all we want to do is to grab the result JSON field right here and drag that in here. All we want is the URL, but it's giving us all this JSON code right here. So what we want to do to extract the URL right here is to use this JSON command right here. You're going to copy this, paste that right in here, and here where it says JSON.parse, you're going to drag the result JSON and put that right in between the curly brackets. And it's going to output just the URL. And now you have the URL. All you have to do is to download the image. And the easiest way is to just create a HTTP request node and use the get method and map that image URL right here. Leave everything else as is and hit execute. And you're going to get that image. You're going to get that image as a binary file. You can hit view. And this is the exact image that we have generated. And this is exactly how you can set up Nano Banana Pro inside N8n. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to use reference image that you have submitted to Nano Banana Pro to create some interesting images.